huesos de la tierra. Clavaré mis tacones entre el suelo, porque cuando la calaca regrese al terminador, habrá mucho por allá, hallado. Pues voy a cargar mi pala en mi espalda agotada. Voy a guardar mi ruego entre mis suelas. Pues cuando mi llama llegue hasta abajo, ya mi tren se le acabe guiar. No va a haber nadie más que cabe mi hoyo. Pues yo no tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar. Y cuando esté frío,
they've taken over a booth at the roadside diner. Tables strewn with papers and forms. He's in shirt sleeves, revolver hanging loosely off his chest. She's in a moss green dress from 2 seasons ago and a felt hat that's begun to warp. You slip into the booth next to him. Tell me again where you saw him last? So where did you stop the car? He asks. She sounds exasperated.
I told you, I never did.
And the same accent. Same drawl from somewhere in North. You notice, for the first time, how handsome they are together. How much like a detective movie. But her face is broken by distress.
We were going 40 miles an hour when he vanished. All I saw were those damn lights.
In the baffled silence that follows, you find your
days ride from Tulsa en route to Santa Fe. And there beneath the blazing sun my horse began to sway. Was then I heard a thunderous sound come rising up behind. The hoofbeats of 12 horsemen, their course locked onto mine. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me for I had my time. Days ride from Tulsa, the riders still in tow. They were dressed in white from toe to tip, pale horses trod below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty with a saddle meant for me. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White
suelo, porque cuando la calaca regrese a medir mi valor, habrá mucho por allá.
Reckon he can make the time? The old-timer elbows you as you try to get a look from the edge of the pen. Thick dust kicking up from the bronco's hooves. The cow... Good, he says. Betting it'll be the death of this town, I tell you. You turn to look at him. He's a leathery figure under a hat that's too big for his frame now. Eyes squeezed into slits by decades of harsh sun. After an agonizing minute, where you're sure the skinny cowboy is going to snap in half under the force, time is called. Son of a bitch, you hear the old-timer say. Damn boy did it!
Tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar, y cuando esté frío y falta, estos son los que me entrarán.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flat. When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs.
Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone in it, put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother. Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here.
A branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill.
Memories,
She finishes.
but those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger.
No tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar, y cuando esté frío y falta, estos son los que me enterrarán.
There's a rustling in this cactus patch. Down where the spiny paddles disappear into the sand, something is writhing around. Oh, fuck. That shrunken human skull whips around to stare at you. And those hands. God, like, before you know it, you're flat on your ass 20 feet away. The nude, withered corpse continues peeling himself out of his shallow grave. Help me, he shouts. His fingers are so slight and delicate that you can scarcely believe your tugging doesn't rip him clear off. Soon he's free, but too fragile to stand.
I've been cursed 2 times. Once to live forever, but the second time to die. How'd you think the 2 magics fought it out, huh? I'm dead for sure, and certainly alive. Keep trying to kill myself? Tried getting shot.
He points to the ragged constellation of holes in the side of his head.
Paid someone to chop my head off, but he chickened out.
He's clearly delighted. He extends one leg like a dry stick of wood.
Got a knife? No? Rub a stone on it or something.
You oblige, gripping his ankle in one hand and going to town. You continue for a few minutes in complete silence.
Please stop.
He finally blurts.
God, this isn't gonna work. I'll forget it. I'll just figure it out myself. Thanks.
He shrugs, an uneven jerk, ending the crack as the tight skin along his shoulder splits.
Say, how far to the nearest combine harvester? Think I can get there if I roll up like a hoop snake and let the wind push me? Damn. Well, take a hint from me, which is, don't fuck with a witch or any kind of anybody who does witch stuff.
You beat it toward the horizon, glad that you didn't have to compare curses with him.
Dressed in white from toe to tip, pale horses trot below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty, with a saddle meant for me. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me, for I had my time.
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but they still call me Okie. I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. But when we got here, there were so many others here before us. Maybe you've got less need behind you. I hope so, for your sake. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one. That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. Travel. When I left home, you couldn't walk anywhere without taking a big cloud of dust with you. All that just came right along on the journey. I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up? Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. joy. Oh, when we first heard they were looking for workers in California, that was joy. We thought we'd get here and have our own home right away, and no dirt floor either. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one. And that's the saddest, freedom. People could have a good life. It's having a debt that kills you. I've had a hard day. Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. What's fortune look like? Well, back home the big farmers kept hogs, raised alfalfa, had irrigation. Being rich meant having enough that the dry spells didn't kill you. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh? Oh, my sides hurt. Home is a place from when I was a child, and the snow was heavy in the winter, and the crops came up, and the soil stayed on the ground. Home's not there anymore. After we'd been here a while, my husband wanted to go back to Oklahoma, but I knew there was nothing for us there anymore. I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death. So he took the girls and went without me. And now, I'm going my own way. Down the road this way, actually, to the next job, on and on and on. What about you? Where are you going? What are you leaving behind?
Voy a rayar mi nombre en los huesos de la tierra. Clavaré mis tacones entre el suelo, porque cuando la calaca regrese a medir mi valor, habrá mucho por hallar,
An excitable man in dirty suspenders waves you over to a cave mouth.
Partner, do me a favor, friend. Can you, inspect that cave there? Got 2 bits with your name on them.
The cave interior is nice and cool. There's a whole bear hide, treated and tanned, lying on the ground. It'd be a good spot to rest for a time, if not for the human skeleton. Back of the skull has a hole about the size of a quarter. You find a slip of journal paper inside the mouth. Normal bones, which Floyd the respectable prospector ain't touched nor seen much, merely stumbled upon during honest business. The man jumps out of his suspenders when he notices your return.
Friend! Gave me an awful scare, making me think you got lost in there. Hey, you see those bones?
The man cups your hands and screams in rapture.
My sly friend, you didn't tell me you're a detective. I'd have never deduced that in a million years. Lord in heaven, I'm blessed. Blessed!
After he pulls back, you feel something inside your hands. Oh, it's a shiny silver coin. Great.
La noche llega por mí y me toma con él. Este será mi cuento. cuando la calaca regrese a medir mi valor, habrá mucho por allá, hallado. Pues voy a cargar mi pala en mi espalda agotada. Voy a guardar mi ruego entre mis suelas, pues cuando mi llama llegue hasta abajo, ya mi voy a rayar mi nombre en los huesos de la tierra. Clavaré mis tacones entre el suelo, porque cuando la calaca regrese a medir mi valor, habrá mucho por allá.
The steady spin of the lasso is hypnotic. "Help me out here," says the man. "I've been hunting this horse a long time. Extra pair of hands will make sure she doesn't get the better of me. She belonged to someone who wronged me. Butch slipped out of this world before I could square things between us, but damn did he love this horse." He grins. "If she buck..." He flicks the lasso, roping her neatly with his first throw. He presses the end of the rope into your hands and runs for the horse, slipping smoothly onto her back. You keep her from throwing him off, and through your combined efforts, she starts to settle down. "Thanks, friend. Shame, really. She's a good horse. I gotta send Butch's crew a message."
No tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar.
The jackrabbit flees across the desert, and the house cat follows. They're equals in speed and finesse, a miniature portrait of lion and gazelle. This drama of nature captivates, even though, if you're honest, the whole spectacle's mostly just a door. The hare turns as it lands and carries the momentum forward. The house cat reacts too slow, skids past. Your mighty whoop fills the jackrabbit with determination. It turns and thrusts its antlers at the cat, little teeth bared like needles. The house cat hits the brakes and bolts the other direction, twice as fast as before.
was 3 days' ride from Tulsa en route to Santa Fe. And there beneath the blazing sun my horse began to sway. Was then I heard a thunderous sound come rising up behind. The hoofbeats of 12 horsemen, their course locked onto mine. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. come to claim me, for I had my time. It was 4 days' ride from Tulsa, the riders still in tow. They were dressed in white from toe to tip, pale horses trod below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty, with a saddle meant for me. White rider, white rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me, for I had my time. It was 5 days' ride from Tulsa when I pitched into the sand. My legs gave out, my body lacked the strength enough to stand.
The snake flicks its tongue.
That's close enough.
The snake laughs, its whole body convulsing.
It's very special. A good luck charm.
It tilts its head.
I'm supposed to.
The heat has made a family of mice slow and easy to catch. You drop them before the snake, and it gulps them down without chewing. You reach for the idol. The snake quivers as your hand gets close, but it stays put. It flicks its tongue. It's an idol, about the size of your clenched fist, carved into the shape of a human head. It's an ugly thing. Good things sometimes wear foul guises. Who are you to judge? You stow the idol, trying to ignore its parked his car by the side of the road. A luxurious black thing, waxed so that it mirrors the stars in the sky overhead. The desert dust doesn't seem to stick to it. You find the driver, alone.
Well, what's it look like I'm doing?
He asks, as though it's obvious. He doesn't sound like the Okies driving on the road west. He has the cold tones of an educated New Englander. The pointed feet of a tripod dig into the coarse sand, hoisting his telescope heavenward.
You could say that,
he says, idly turning a knurled brass dial on the side of the eyepiece.
Wasn't really home to me, you know.
He searches for the right words, but his answer sounds like it isn't at all what he meant at first.
Too much light,
he says.
It's all the damn electric power. Can hardly see the stars anymore. Had to find a place where the night